Okay, so in this video I'm going to be doing an absorbency test. I'm going to do a pink lemonade liner, a regular pad, and a heavy pad against disposable versions. So right here in front of me I have a pink lemonade liner topped in jersey and a regular panty liner that's disposable and it's wingless. I'm going to be putting 1 tablespoon of water on them a piece at a time, basically. See if I can do this with one hand and not get water everywhere. Okay, so here we go with this one. Okay, I really like jersey because it absorbs really quick. Okay, so let me pour on the other one, let that sit for a second. We can really see it once it's good and soaked in. Okay, so let's do the same thing to the panty liner. Okay, so let's look at, okay, it feels wet from about here. I mean, pretty much all the way, it didn't get to here yet, but pretty much all through here it's wet. Pink Lemonade is backed with Wind Pro. This Wind Pro still feels completely dry, and so it has not started to leak. This disposable is kind of mushy already, and is already leaking. Okay, so let's see how much the pink lemonade liner can handle. And this is one of their biggest liner, just because I can't do the 6-inch. Okay, there's 2. Oh, and I got a little bit on the side that's not leaking. That's just me being kind of stupid. Okay, so I'll move it up a little bit so we can see. I'll let it set for a second so we can see. Okay, so far it is not dripping. I would say right now it is all completely saturated and wet, and it feels wet. You can see my hand from touching it. I would say with this next one, this next tablespoon, it definitely is going to leak. Oh, I just dropped some. We'll add just a little bit more because, as you can see, I just made a little bit of a mess there and dropped some. So, okay, so let's get that. So that is definitely, okay, it's soaked in, and as you can see, it is very wet. So I would say that this would hold just under 3 tablespoons of liquid. Okay, so let me get some new paper. And we will be doing a bamboo velour 9-inch regular pad from Pink Lemonade and a regular disposable. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start out with the 1 tablespoon of water. And I really like Pink Lemonade. Just, it absorbs well and it holds a lot, and that's why I chose them for this absorbency test. Oh, I felt that just a little bit too much. Okay, so this is just slightly wet, and this one is Wind Pro Fleece again because it's the same company as before. No leaking. This one doesn't even feel wet. And you do have to remember that pouring water on these pads is slightly different than your menstrual cycle would be, just because blood and water are not of the same consistency. Okay, so the pink lemonade pad is definitely getting a lot more wet. It is still not leaking, and it is not squishy yet. This is starting to get a tad bit squishy, and my hand's a little bit wet, so it is starting to, but it is definitely stuck to the paper. But it is not showing any signs of leaking yet either. So that is 2. This is 3. Okay, and after 3, this one is definitely starting to get wet from the top to the bottom. It does not seem to be leaking still. This one is definitely squishy and wet also. And we can just kind of, it's definitely not leaking yet. So this is number 4. Okay, this one's definitely, as you can see, starting to get very squishy. So it is probably going, okay, it's still, I did get a drip when I shook it, but it's still not running out yet. And this one's squishy, but I doubt that it's going to leak out yet, just because they are meant to hold. This is tablespoon number 5, and this may be it for the pink lemonade. So as you can see, it looks very, very wet. Okay, let's get that disposable pad. Oh, it's starting to, I wouldn't be comfortable wearing this anymore just because it's squishing. So I'm going to say that's had enough, and this has definitely had over. So I would say securely that pink lemonade could hold about 5, because it is definitely dripping now. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show you is going to be a heavy overnight, doesn't even fit on the paper, a heavy overnight pink lemonade pad and a heavy disposable pad. And since they're so big, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons on them at a time, just so this doesn't take so long, because my video is already kind of long. And this disposable pad is not wanting to soak up the water as well, it seems. This is a bit wet, obviously not leaking because that's not very much. That is a bit damp itself. So I'm going to do 2 more. And I did spill just a little bit onto the paper there, because, you know, me being clumsy and one-handed, and this doesn't really work very well for me, okay? Okay, now they've both had 4. This pad is wet, but it's not soaking. This pad is definitely squishy, but it's not dripping. Okay, so let's do 2 more and see if they can handle that. This would be, after this they will have had 6 tablespoons. And the pink lemonade pad is a bit longer than that heavy pad, just about by 1 inch or so. Okay, so now let's see. Pink lemonade is starting to get squishy. That was where I dropped the water. Okay, it's not dripping off yet or anything. This is very squishy, but not dripping yet. Okay, let's put 2 more and we'll see how they handle that. This may about do the disposable pad in, just because it is so squishy and I wouldn't feel, definitely wouldn't feel comfortable wearing it with that much liquid in it. Neither would I feel comfortable wearing the pink lemonade with that much liquid, but yes, this is definitely way too squishy. Okay, and let's see. I think the pink lemonade is definitely a bit squishy too. Okay, so it's still not leaking. So at 8 tablespoons, it's still not leaking. So let's just keep going with the pink lemonade pad and see how long it takes before it starts dripping on us. This is 9. It's very, very wet at this point. Okay, so I would say definitely under 10 is what this overnight pink lemonade pad would hold. I hope you enjoyed seeing my, let's see if I can get them here, my pink lemonade absorbency test with my liner, my 9-inch pad, and my overnight pad. So thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoy cloth pad videos or cloth diapering videos, and I will see you next video.